to NXT. 2 weeks ago, we saw the spectacle of Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. Tonight, the King of Strong Style is back.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura!
The NXT universe behind Shinsuke Nakamura. We talked about the battle Nakamura and Balor had just a few weeks ago here on NXT Graves. What a match that was.
It was a spectacle. It had a big fight feel. This is one of the most looked forward to matches in NXT history, and it lived up to all the hype.
And the one thing that was on that match, remember what Shinsuke Nakamura said to Finn Balor, in order to get to the NXT Championship, I have to defeat the icon of NXT.
And a lot of people didn't think it could be done, but Nakamura did exactly what he set out to do. The King of Strong Style toppled Finn Balor. The future is bright for the King.
And what better way to kick things off here on NXT than with the King of Strong Style. I'm Tom Phillips, joined by the savior of misbehavior, Corey Graves. We're going to get things rolling here. Shinsuke Nakamura, no doubt, looking for an NXT Championship opportunity down the road, but tonight he faces off against the former NXT Tag Team Champion.
And his opponent from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 240 pounds, Wesley Blake.
This is certainly a different look for Wesley Blake, formerly of the team of Blake and Murphy. Earlier today, we had a chance to catch up with Wesley Blake on Facebook.
You're gonna just leave me like that? You're gonna leave me high and dry against Rhino?
Well, how does it feel? Remember when you left with Alexa and you left me there?
Oh my God, I thought we put that behind us.
Well, I guess we're square now.
No, we've never been square. Everyone knows that I've been the one that carrying this team. Everyone knows why we were the NXT Tag Team Champions for so long, because of me. And tonight, I will prove it when I beat Shinsuke Nakamura, unlike you.
Oh, really? Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because tonight I'm going to challenge the favorite to win the CWC. Tonight, I beat him and I'll show you. Yeah.
Well, if it can go wrong, it will when it comes to Murphy. And I have a feeling that when he steps in the ring with Kota Ibushi tonight, it is not going to go real well.
And this is Wesley Blake's opportunity to try and one-up his former tag team partner, Buddy Murphy, who did try his hand at Shinsuke Nakamura, did not succeed. But Nakamura, you got to believe his confidence is through the roof after his win against Finn Balor.
Oh, look at that right there. Nakamura just staying relaxed in the heat of battle.
Relaxed, cool, calm, and collected. Shinsuke Nakamura, does this guy get rattled?
Not that I've ever seen. Not to say it's impossible, but if it is possible, Wesley Blake better figure out a way to do it, and soon. You got to give credit to Blake. I mean, despite what you say about whether or not he carried the team, Wesley Blake is one of the single most powerful superstars on the NXT roster.
Absolutely, 240-pounder out of San Antonio, Texas, now starting to pick things up. Whoa!
Great agility by Blake. Did Nakamura just catch the kiss, Tom?
I think he caught them both. Oh! Oh, and a knee right to the midsection. And now Shinsuke Nakamura starting to roll, dropping the knee.
For a second there, Full Sail turned into Wrigley Field saying throw it back. Nakamura had better plans. Here you go, Tom. It's your favorite thing.
Good vibrations in the corner. The NXT Universe calling forward again. Shinsuke happy to oblige. A shot right to the midsection of Wesley Blake. Right back on the attack here against Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, and a big clothesline. Floors Nakamura. Cover, shoulders down, and a kick out at 1.
See the way Blake put all of his energy, his full body weight. Watch the feet. Bam! What a clothesline by Blake.
Off the ropes there, dropping the knee. Now the cover here, hooked to the leg, and a kick out by Nakamura. This is how dangerous Wesley Blake can be. Got a good pedigree. Getting involved with Blake and Murphy ultimately was a good decision. They helped lay the groundwork for what became the NXT Tag Team Revolution. But now Wesley Blake, I don't know if he's going to be able to prove himself in this kind of situation against Nakamura.
He's doing a pretty good job so far. You got to give him credit. I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. We could see a big upset here tonight, Tom.
You were the one who believed Wesley Blake was off on some island somewhere for quite some time.
This wasn't what I believed. It's what he told me. He was finding himself.
What did he find?
He found himself some tassels for his boots, a new attitude in that elbow right there.
There's the elbow. Now the cover here once again on Nakamura and a kick out.
I'm an investigative journalist, Tom.
Yeah.
I do my homework on these superstars. Rumor has it I've been nominated for a Pulitzer.
Pulitzer?
Whatever.
Way to go. I was mocking Shinsuke Nakamura, and you do not want to get involved in this kind of battle with the King of Strong Style, dropping Wesley Blake. Oh! And coming right back with those strikes, Shinsuke Nakamura, arguably the most dangerous striker right now in NXT. Uh-oh, Blake caught up here on the top turnbuckle. Nakamura, and the knee right to the ribs.
Here we go. This could be the reverse exploder.
Oh!
Can you feel it, Tom?
Here it comes.
Kinshasa!
Wesley Blake turned inside out by Nakamura, and Shinsuke gets the win.
Here is your winner, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura building momentum after his victory against Finn Balor, once again victorious here tonight on NXT.
Let's take another look at this. Wesley Blake perched up top. Here comes Nakamura. Bam! Knee right to the abdomen. The precursor to my favorite thing. And Tom, why don't you give it a shot?
Let's set up with the inverted exploder, and then Shinsuke Nakamura staring it down. Kinshasa, the knee right on the jaw of Wesley Blake. And remember what happened with Finn Balor. Shinsuke Nakamura believes he could be in line for a championship opportunity after how he defeated the icon of NXT. Here comes the NXT General Manager, Mr. William Regal.
Shinsuke, congratulations on another impressive victory. I was hoping Samoa Joe would be out here for this announcement, but he seems to be absent at the moment. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am incredibly pleased to announce that the main event on August the 20th at NXT TakeOver will be Samoa Joe defending his NXT Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura.
What an announcement by Mr. Regal. What a main event as we return to Brooklyn 3 weeks from Saturday.
What's up, NXT Universe? We're Mice and Men. You're listening to our new song, Relentless. It's the official theme for the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, and you can hear it exclusively on the WWE Network. Be sure to pre-order our new record, Cold World. It comes out September 9th, and tune in and keep it loud.
Very cool to hear from Of Mice and Men, and we want to send them a huge thank you for the shout out and for giving the NXT Universe an exclusive first listen to their brand new song, Relentless, an official theme for NXT TakeOver
The following
Brooklyn.
contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Sydney, Australia, Billie Kay.
Billie Kay in action here tonight on NXT. Actually made her SmackDown debut back in July in Miami against NXT alumni Dana Brooke. It was very surprising to see Billie Kay out in that match, but clearly she impressed.
Yeah, Billie Kay made the most of the opportunity. She came up short, but she opened enough eyes that she deserves a bigger opportunity here in NXT. We're going to see what she's got tonight.
This is a superstar who's competed all over the world for nearly a decade before coming here to NXT. Has won championships all over the world and now looking to apply her craft, but she showed tremendous ability on SmackDown.
And her opponent, from Ocala, Florida, Santana Garrett.
Santana Garrett from nearby Ocala, Florida here tonight, Full Sail University. Santana Garrett ready to face off against Billie Kay. Billie Kay made a splash obviously on SmackDown, but Santana Garrett has competed here at Full Sail multiple times.
Every time we see Santana Garrett, she steps up her game. She improves a little bit more. She goes away for a while and she comes back better than ever. She wants to make the most of her opportunity in the women's division.
This is the one thing you and I continue to talk about here in the NXT women's division. There's such a variety in terms of the new talent that are coming in, like Billie Kay, like Santana Garrett, the established veterans like the champion Asuka. There's such variety.
Each and every one of them dangerous in their own way.
The word I was hearing around the WWE Performance Center, Graves, is that Billie Kay was pretty excited about the SmackDown opportunity. There were a lot of videos and social media thanks that went out. Well, unfortunately, a lot of that stuff went right to Billie Kay's head. She got a big head about it pretty quickly.
Well, sometimes a little extra confidence will serve you well. We've seen the change of attitude in the past of a superstar like Alexa Bliss, who wasn't getting it done to the level she wanted to with that nice guy attitude. You change an attitude, sometimes it leads to success.
Oh, slips through, and Santana Garrett. Oh, with a drop kick there to Billie Kay. And just a reminder, you can see how the WWE superstars are made at the WWE Performance Center All Access on September 12th right here in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are on sale now. Visit NXTtickets.com for more information. Another cover, shoulders down here on Santana Garrett, and a kick out of two.
Nasty right hand that'll knot up your shoulder blades, your upper back, incredibly hard to function.
I think you hit the nail right on the head there. There's a nastiness about Billie Kay in the ring. Australian-born superstar trying to follow in the path of Emma, who we've seen here compete on NXT, blaze the trail.
Pretty unique suplex there.
Now into the cover on Garrett. Shoulders down, another kick out by Garrett.
I can't get a read on Billie Kay, Tom. I mean, she doesn't say much to me. She doesn't seem to say much to anybody around the Performance Center. What's her deal?
Well, that was not the case, as I was alluding to earlier, leading up to her matchup on SmackDown. This is someone who's very approachable, very amicable, and kind person. But once the SmackDown match happened against Dana Brooke, honestly, Billie Kay turned into a different person. She doesn't talk to nearly as many people. She seems to be very full of herself. The ego's gone through the roof.
She's been in one match, Tom, on SmackDown. And her ego's through the roof.
It could go to people's heads. Santana Garrett trying to back Billie Kay into the corner. Shoulder first right into the midsection. Oh, and a back elbow there by Garrett.
Big right forearms by Santana and a headbutt.
Oh, and Santana Garrett. Wait for a boot there. Did Santana Garrett get caught back in the neck? Oh, and that is a boot. Big boot by Billie Kay, and she gets the win here on NXT.
Here is your winner, Billie Kay.
You're talking about big boots. Unfortunately for Santana Garrett, that one was attached to the long leg of Billie Kay. Bam! Right on the chin. Thanks for coming, Santana. Maybe we'll see you again.
A great win for Billie Kay as the women's division here at NXT continues to heat up and evolve with our next generation of superstars. And speaking of the women's division, how about the surprise from WWE Battleground this past Sunday? For weeks, Sasha Banks has been promising a mystery partner, and she delivered with Bayley. The crowd in our nation's capital absolutely erupted for the former NXT Women's Champion, and Bayley didn't disappoint, leaving Battleground with a hard-fought victory for herself and the boss.
Mr. Regal, you've been here for me since day one. You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, you've seen what I've had to overcome over the past few years, and you were there when I won my title in Brooklyn. You were there when I had the biggest match, the biggest moment of my life against Sasha Banks in Brooklyn. You know I'm ready. I am ready for my rematch with Asuka. And I want to do it in Brooklyn, where I won the title the first time to become two-time NXT Women's Champion.
Well, I think that's an excellent idea. So let me talk to Asuka, and if she has no objections, I'll draw up the papers and we'll have a contract signing.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Won't
Thank you.
regret it.
Bayley is full speed ahead to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. A big week for her, but coming up later tonight here, a big matchup, a clash of the Cruiserweight Classic and NXT as Kota Ibushi takes on Buddy Murphy here on NXT.
Kota Ibushi, one of the most prolific strikers in all of combat sports. I can't wait. But coming up next, we get to see TM61, the Australian duo that has taken the tag team division by storm right here on NXT.
The universe is shifting. An unknown light infiltrates the dark. Nebulas morph. A blood moon forms as orbits dismantle. This is just the beginning.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at a combined weight of 450 pounds, Shane Thorne, Nick Miller, TM61. And their opponents, the team of Rob Ryson and Adrian Nails.
We are set for tag team action here on NXT TM61. We took an in-depth look at this team a couple of weeks ago here on NXT, but Nick Miller and Shane Thorne, they've taken the NXT universe by storm. This is a team that's definitely captured the fans' imagination.
Yeah, Miller and Thorne arrived in NXT with a great deal of hype, and so far they've done a pretty good job of living up to it. Fun to watch.
Now, this will be Shane Thorne to start things off against Adrian Nails. And you never know who's going to show up here in tag team action on NXT. Of course, our NXT Tag Team Champions, the Revival, two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, claim they're the best. Everybody else trying to jockey for position.
They are the best. I mean, that's not a disputable subject.
Well, they believe they're the greatest tag team ever on the history of this planet. I think if I'm quoting Scott Dawson correctly.
You going to tell him otherwise, Tom?
Nope. Oh! Driven into the mat is Nails. Nick Miller now makes the tag back to Shane Thorne.
Oh! Right across the back. Agility on display by Thorne.
Now Thorne bringing Nails back into the corner. There's the tag. Back in comes Nick Miller. Oh! Now dropping Nails. Look at it, just setting him up, and standing moonsault, dropping the fist.
Teamwork is second to none by TM61.
I had a chance to catch up with Nick Miller a little bit earlier on today. He said they were inspired by the winningest tag team in WWE history, the Dudley Boys. They want to have similar recognition. They believe, quote, quality of a team is far more important than quantity, however.
I disagree. I think at the end of the day, it's all about cashing checks and winning championships. The more of those you are, the more successful you are as far as history is concerned.
Now this is Rob Rison, seen it before here on NXT, taking it to Shane Thorne. Right now, Rison and Nails in control. Oh, and right to the small of the back. Well, Rison's certainly very confident right now. And honestly, Graves, there's a lot of great tag teams right now here in NXT. We talk about what the authors of pain are. We saw them earlier on tonight with Paul Ellering, a force to be reckoned with. Every tag team trying to step up in some capacity.
And you've got tag teams, guys that aren't even full-time tag teams like Nails and Rison, just trying to make their mark on the division.
Now Rison, caught on the top turnbuckle. And there goes Nails. And the tag to Nick Miller. Now Miller legal, TM61 with an opportunity. Miller trying to get the NXT Universe behind him. Boot in the corner, Nails.
Wow, what a clothesline.
Nick Miller just crashing into the corner. And a spine buster to Nails. And Rob Rison goes down. Tag made to Shane Thorne, the high flyer of TM61. They call this Thunder Valley. Cover here, and TM61 get another win here on NXT.
Here are your winners, TM61.
I think Mr. Nails might write a letter that starts, "Dear Mama, we just met TM61. Teamwork at its finest." Let's take another look at this. Standing moonsault fist drop by Thorne and Miller. Bam, a thing of beauty.
Now this is what this team is all about. Fantastic teamwork. Thunder Valley. You do not want to be on the receiving end of that. TM61 looking very good here tonight on NXT. And despite the loss here, a show of respect between Nails and Rison. But speaking of respect, there certainly was none. And the altercation that we want to take you back to, this was last month on NXT between No Way Jose and Austin Aries.
Now let's take you back to last month. Austin Aries feeling a little down in the dumps after coming up short at NXT TakeOver, but who was there to lend a helping hand, some good vibes, none other than No Way Jose. What would ensue was the greatest dance party that ever existed. Austin Aries and No Way Jose getting down on the dance table until the true colors of Austin Aries shone through. There you see this look of sick pleasure as Aries absolutely lays waste to Jose, the fan favorite, ruining the fiesta. Austin Aries letting it be known that he is the greatest man that ever lived, and it doesn't matter who gets in his way. He will be the most successful man in NXT, even locking in the last chancer right here on the ramp. No Way Jose in terrible shape.
Now this was 2 weeks ago here on NXT. Austin Aries just wrapping up a victory here at Full Sail University. And again, mocking No Way Jose a little bit, showing off some of that positivity. And look at this, No Way Jose in retribution. This was a side of No Way Jose we didn't think was in him, but he took it to Austin Aries, launching the greatest man that ever lived outside the ring. And look at No Way Jose go, pounding away on Austin Aries. And officials coming out to try and separate these two. No Way Jose refusing to back down. Into the ring apron. Austin Aries getting run out of the arena here at NXT. He would hop the barricade as No Way Jose was all business.
We've seen that other side of No Way Jose. Sometimes the fiesta becomes a downright fist fight. No Way Jose will be in action coming up next.
One of the most highly anticipated in-ring debuts in a long time here in NXT.
Huge signing for WWE.
The biggest international signing in the history of the WWE.
This man's a multi-time heavyweight champion in Japan.
Huge star over there.
I came to NXT to be champion. I will not let my country down.
Hideo Itami has arrived.
I will be NXT champion.
One week away, Hideo Itami returns.
It is time to get the fiesta started here on NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, weighing in at 245 pounds, No Way Jose!
Earlier tonight, we saw the altercation between Austin Aries and No Way Jose from last month here on NXT. And you can see No Way Jose, he's smiling, he's laughing and dancing, but I assure you, No Way Jose, throughout his life, that has not always been the case. And the one thing the people in the NXT universe and the NXT roster have to understand, don't mistake No Way Jose's kindness for weakness. Just because he's smiling doesn't mean he's going to come after you like he did to Austin Aries.
Listen, all I can think about right now is I wish this chair had a seat belt because I don't want to embarrass myself on television ever again. I can't help it when the guy comes out.
And his opponent, from Rutherford, New Jersey, weighing in at 225 pounds, Steve Cutler.
Now, Steve Cutler, we have not seen compete here on NXT in quite a while. Back in action here tonight against No Way Jose. From what I understand from the WWE Performance Center training staff, Steve Cutler's had a horrible attitude over the last few months, has been dying for different opportunities that he believes have been, quote, given away to different acts like No Way Jose. He thinks people like No Way Jose are a joke.
Well, listen, Cutler can get it done in between the ropes. He's a tough guy, former United States Marine. Looks like he's been spending some time with Professor Xavier at the academy lately with those sideburns.
Well, one thing about Cutler is he likes to brawl, likes to get in there and be physical. This is exactly what we're talking about, Graves. I mean, I don't think a lot of people expected what we saw out of No Way Jose a couple of weeks ago when he attacked Austin Aries, because you see this attitude, you just don't necessarily believe it's in the guy at first.
Now listen, he comes out here, he wants to have a good time, wants everybody to have a good time, but Jose's got that other gear. You can see it in his eyes. We've seen it a handful of times, and when you see that look in his eyes, you run.
Off the ropes. Oh, and Steve Cutler. Frank Clayton create a little bit of room and a shot right to the face there. Oh, no.
That look right there, Tom. Disrespect by Cutler. Look in the eyes of Jose.
Oh, I think Cutler saw what Austin Aries did, perhaps to get one-upsmanship. Oh, on No Way Jose. I think it's backfiring here on Cutler. Oh, and No Way Jose has flipped the switch.
Cutler lit that fire inside of Jose. Jose is all business right now.
Oh, taking down Steve Cutler. That look in the eyes of No Way Jose. No Way is calling for it right on the jaw.
Up goes Cutler, down goes Cutler.
Cover from No Way Jose, and he puts away Steve Cutler. No Way Jose, all business.
Here is your winner, No Way Jose.
And if you're Austin Aries watching this match, what are you thinking?
You're thinking, I just turned a monster loose. Take a look at the eyes of No Way Jose. Bam! What a right hand right to the chin of Cutler. Unfortunately for Cutler, it's not made of adamantium. Up, down, 3 seconds later, Jose is your victor.
And a spinning full Nelson slam once again gets the job done for No Way Jose. Look at the look in his eyes.
Austin Aries. All I tried to do was be encouraging. All I tried to do was show you a little bit of the good vibes, a little bit of the fun that I have been bringing this place ever since I got here. But you took advantage. You mistook me for something I'm not. And when I showed you I can turn that fiesta into a fight, when I showed you where Jose came from, the greatest man that ever lived turned into the biggest coward in NXT. So the next time you see Jose, there ain't gonna be no running. There ain't gonna be no stopping. No way! Cause I'ma whoop your ass.
Strong words by No Way Jose. I gotta be honest with you, Tom. I like this side of him.
This is a very aggressive, very intense side. He's gonna kick your butt, and then he's gonna smile and dance about it. No Way Jose with a stern message for Austin Aries.
I can only hope, Tom, that someday I get to kick your butt and smile and dance about it. But we're talking about kicking. We've got to talk about this guy, the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi, one of the hardest kickers in all of combat sports. He has arrived here in NXT after making big waves in the Cruiserweight Classic. He will be in action up next. Buddy Murphy asked for this match. Can he prove that he is better than his partner, Blake? We'll find out coming up next.
You are cordially invited to the most dangerous place on earth. Courtesy of the Night Mayor of Suplex City. So be like The Undertaker, be like John Cena, be like Seth Rollins, be like Goldberg. Find out what it's like to be victimized in Suplex City.
Product not yet rated.
Welcome back. And tonight, NXT is powered by Tap Out. Men's and women's athletic apparel available now at JCPenney, jcpenney.com, and tapout.com.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Melbourne, Australia, weighing in at 227 pounds, Buddy Murphy.
Well, earlier tonight, we heard from both Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy via social media. Wesley Blake had vowed that he was going to get some one-upsmanship and prove that he was the better member of Blake and Murphy against Shinsuke Nakamura. Buddy Murphy alluded to the same thing in his matchup here tonight.
Well, listen, as far as Buddy Murphy's concerned, as of late, if it can go wrong, it has. Now he's got himself a global challenge standing in front of him tonight.
I think the question is, can he turn Murphy's Law in the right direction?
And his opponent from Kagoshima Prefecture, Japan, weighing in at 189 pounds, Kota Ibushi.
I don't think this was Murphy's best decision, but Tom, how can you not be excited? The Golden Star, Kota Ibushi, in an NXT ring for the first time.
2 weeks ago, we saw Kota Ibushi win his first-round matchup in the premiere of the Cruiserweight Classic. A very decorated superstar from Japan. He has definitely opened some eyes here, not only in NXT, the Cruiserweight Classic, but the WWE Universe.
The Cruiserweight Classic immediately after NXT. Kota Ibushi has been opening eyes around the globe. This guy is one of the most vicious, dangerous strikers in the game. You mentioned Nakamura at the top of the game. Kota Ibushi is right up there in that same category.
Ibushi looks ready to go. Opposite side of the ring, Buddy Murphy. Did he look phased to you?
Listen, I don't know what's going through the mind of Buddy Murphy. He asked for this opportunity. He asked for the challenge of Kota Ibushi to prove a point. Now it's either put up or shut up.
Graves, you saw that match in the Cruiserweight Classic. What can we expect here tonight from Kota Ibushi?
I mentioned a few seconds ago, some of the most wicked kicks you will ever see. When Kota Ibushi whips that leg, it's like Giancarlo Stanton swinging a baseball bat. It is lethal.
Watch this. Oh, Ibushi. Whoa.
Let's see what I'm saying right there.
Oh, caught him with a drop kick, and down goes Buddy Murphy. Oh! Oh, and a standing moonsault. Here's the cover, and Buddy Murphy with the kick out. There's some hang time on that.
So I actually don't blame Murphy right now for rolling outside of the ring to collect his thoughts, maybe change his game plan a little bit. I'm not sure Murphy knew what he was getting himself into.
And Ibushi, caught him. Oh, caught on the apron by Buddy Murphy.
Well, maybe Murphy did do his homework.
That's the thing, when you make such a splash that Ibushi did in the Cruiserweight Classic, people are going to notice. Shoots the half cover here on Ibushi and a kick out.
I know Murphy's been in a bad mood, especially today. He had to walk to Full Sail. He had a boot put on his car for an unpaid parking ticket.
Stop. Buddy Murphy, just like his tag team partner earlier tonight, Wesley Blake, he wants to prove that he can hang as a singles competitor, taking it here to the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi.
Be a great stride for Murphy's career. You think of all the buzz that Ibushi's been receiving since arriving in the United States, since competing in the Cruiserweight Classic. A win over Ibushi would do wonders for Murphy.
Is that buzz well-deserved, however?
Absolutely. As you saw the first round, the guy's unbelievably impressive. Some would say he's a favorite to win the thing. Not only that, I mean, think of the body of work that Kota Ibushi amassed before arriving here.
Now faced the likes of AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, won New Japan's IWGP Junior Heavyweight title 3 times. Once held by Jushin Thunder Liger and NXT great Finn Balor. Right now he's got his hands full. He's got to focus on the situation at hand here in Buddy Murphy.
You got to give it to Murphy. This is a smart strategy. He's like a pit bull hanging on to that headlock.
The NXT Universe is certainly taken to Kota Ibushi. Oh, and out of the corner, Buddy Murphy just did time out with the running knees.
That could be it.
Looking for the cover here. Great cover here by Murphy, and Ibushi got out.
Wow, Murphy had Ibushi stacked up right on top of his shoulders. What a pinning combination, just not quite enough for Murphy tonight. Well, Murphy can't get frustrated here.
I'll tell you what, this back and forth with Wesley Blake has certainly inspired Buddy Murphy.
Got to disagree with this strategy, Murphy.
Oh no, Ibushi catching the right leg. Oh! And Ibushi unleashing. Oh!
Murphy caught him with the kick.
Ibushi's still upright. Oh! Wow! Into the German, bridging into the cover, and a kick out by Murphy.
I have no idea how Murphy kicked out of that. Oh my God, let's take another look at this kick. Bam! Right to the side of the skull of Murphy. What a kick by the Golden Star, but it wasn't quite enough.
That one echoed throughout the NXT arena.
Murphy kicked out, but he might still be unconscious.
Ibushi going up to the top rope here. Oh, looking for a moonsault. Landed on his feet. Oh, into the second turnbuckle face first. Buddy Murphy with a great opportunity. Now the cover. Shoulders down on Ibushi, and Ibushi kicked out again.
Innovative offense by Murphy, doing whatever he can possibly think up to topple Kota Ibushi. Got to give it to Ibushi, having enough guts and wherewithal to kick out.
Got to give it to Murphy.
Absolutely. Very impressive so far.
Guy got drilled in the head a little bit earlier on, and he keeps going.
Murphy looking to step up his game.
He's got Ibushi on the top turnbuckle here. Could be thinking about a superplex. And Ibushi does not enjoy the size advantage in this matchup, trying to counter here off the top rope. Shots to the midsection. Just trying to pry Buddy Murphy off of the ropes.
He got him. Murphy's in trouble.
Oh, and a sit-out powerbomb. Ibushi with authority, and Ibushi wins his NXT debut.
Here is your winner, Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi's got to be my personal favorite to win the entire Cruiserweight Classic. Hats off to Buddy Murphy, but what a performance. Hard-hitting action from bell to bell. Murphy able to get those boots up. Bam! Double knees. We thought this was it for a minute.
Had a great cover here. Had him stacked up, but Kota Ibushi able to kick out at the right opportunity. This was a huge turning point. Watch this. Oh, shot, the slap there right to the midsection, and Ibushi was just getting warmed up.
Here we go. Take a look.
Take a listen. Take a listen. Then into the German. And credit to Buddy Murphy, he found a way to stick around in this match.
This is where it all came to a screeching halt for Murphy. What goes up must come down. The Golden Star, so impressive in his NXT debut tonight.
The Cruiserweight Classic immediately following NXT each and every Wednesday. What does Kota Ibushi have in store going forward?
We'll run back and wait, man.
Samoa Joe, what's your reaction to William Regal's announcement that you will be putting your NXT Championship title on the line against Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn?
He said, the level of disrespect that I endure here, it's getting to be a bit much. We'll fix this right now. Get out of my face, man.
Hey. I can't wait till we ain't broke and the phone keeps ringing but we ain't home. I can't wait till we get there and we're putting something good up in the air. I can't wait to get out of this place. I can't wait till they know my face and I can say what I wanna say when I'm bigger than the Empire State.
It is a 32-man single elimination tournament representing 16 countries.
This is going to be awesome.
Next week, finally, we will see the arrival of one of the hottest free agents in all of sports entertainment. Of course, I'm talking about Bobby Roode. He will arrive to Full Sail University next week. I can't wait.
Right now here on NXT, the NXT champion has arrived here at Full Sail University. And what we saw earlier, he is in no mood.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the NXT champion, Samoa Joe.
Remember, earlier tonight, Mr. Regal made the announcement to Shinsuke Nakamura that Nakamura will face Samoa Joe at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn for the NXT Championship. Samoa Joe was not in the building. He was only just told moments ago.
Well, if you're Samoa Joe, you've got every right to be unhappy. Samoa Joe's the NXT champion. To be put into a high-profile match against Shinsuke Nakamura, how could you not be upset for being put in that situation?
Now, upon my arrival here, I was informed that our general manager, William Regal, has decided it will be myself defending the NXT Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura at TakeOver Brooklyn. Unfortunately, due to some oversight by our general manager by not consulting me first, that will not be happening. Shinsuke Nakamura is an undeserving contender. Shinsuke Nakamura has not done what I did to win this championship, and he sure as heck is not material to be #1 contender. So when it comes to TakeOver Brooklyn, I will not be facing Shinsuke Nakamura.
Joe, I've heard enough. You may be the champion, but I'm the general manager, and my decisions are final. You will fight who I want you to fight.
You know, when I wanted my opportunity at the NXT Championship, you made me jump through every hoop that you had. I had to battle and lay waste to everybody on this roster to get an opportunity to win this championship. And Shinsuke Nakamura has not done that. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to correct this disrespect to your NXT champion. And I say we both walk out of here in the back, go to your office, and we will figure out a way to determine a real deserving contender of whom I approve.
I'm dreadfully sorry you feel that way, Joe, but if you refuse to fight, I will take that as a forfeit, and you can hand me that title right now, and I will find another contender to face Shinsuke Nakamura at TakeOver for the NXT Championship.
I am going to hand you nothing. Is this how we're gonna play this? Is this how our relationship's gonna be? Fine. If you want the match, you got the match. But Regal, trust me, this is the biggest mistake you've ever made. I decimated your golden boy, Finn Balor. And at TakeOver Brooklyn, I'm going to do the very same to Shinsuke Nakamura. That is, of course, unless I see Shinsuke before then, because he might not make it to Brooklyn at all.
There is no fear in the eyes of the #1 contender to the NXT Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura staring down the champion Samoa Joe. 3 weeks from Saturday, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe clash for the NXT title.